First-person shooters, roguelikes, MMOs, RPGs. These are only a few genres of video games that I like to play. Each of these genres has something in them that makes me love to play them. Whether it's the tactical or fast-paced precision required in FPS, infinite replayability and innate difficulty in roguelikes, the sense of community and grinding out levels in MMOs, or how you can be sucked in an immersed world and characters in RPGs. There is always something that gets you hooked. But other than these games, there is a certain genre that I want to talk about. And it's fighting games.
That is bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the word kill me, I don't need a new one. How dare you? Soon you will know. We already know the smell of the game.
Fighting games have always held a special place in my heart. Ever since childhood, I would spend the better part of my day playing the Tekken arcade mode on my PS2, and later in my life play against my friends even though all we did was button mash, and act like we knew what we were doing. And you might have had a similar childhood, but up to now, fighting games are nothing but a party game to play with your friends while you get wasted. Let me try to change your mind. Fighting games are getting popular now more than ever. With the upcoming re-release of Granblue Fantasy Versus, a new character in Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 8 right around the corner, and Dragon Ball Fighter is getting rolled back soon. Now is the best time to get into these types of games. But, big but here, fighting games are notorious to be incredibly difficult to learn, let alone master. That is why I'm making this video. I got you. The self-proclaimed fighting game connoisseur. To recommend games you can start off or try out, because there is a lot of games out right now that might just get you started on your fighting game journey. I know what you might be thinking. Ice-Gay, you probably are already good at fighting games since you've played so many. How am I supposed to? Thank you. Here's the thing.
Oh, shwe.
I still fucking suck.
Sige, okay.
A decade of playing fighting games and I'm still getting my cheeks clapped. So no worries, let me explain. Before I start listing off games, let me teach you the art of failure. As I said before, fighting games are hard. Really hard. And that's okay. You have to first realize, you're going to suck, probably for a while, but to me, that steep learning curve, that challenge, is what makes these games worth it. Unlike FPS or other competitive games, even though you're new, there are times where you can get a lucky kill on a skilled player, mostly because you're not the only thing he needs to worry about, but in fighting games, it's just you and your opponent, and trust me, as long as they are paying at least 50% attention, you're not getting that set against them. Once you overcome that, once you start paying attention to the mistakes you're making, trying to learn how to read your opponent, and find different ways to take advantage of your character and resources, is when the real fun starts. I like to compare it to the gym. For the first few weeks, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna hate it. But once you start getting used to it, you seek that improvement. I know this applies to other games too, but I find this feeling even more so in fighting games. At first, it's gonna be overwhelming, but start with small short-term goals. For example, this match, I'm gonna practice my defense. Next, I'm gonna try to hit moves consistently. I should know which move leaves my opponent open to attack, and so on. You don't have to do anything fancy. The flashy moves aren't the ones that win games. A good foundation is. And that foundation will eventually also translate to other fighting games, no matter how different they are. Okay. Now that you've got that mindset, let me tell you some games that you might find interesting. This is the #1 game I think you should start off with. This is the first game that clicked with me and made me try to be better at, and the game that I have the most experience in mechanics-wise. Unlike previous iterations, they simplified the mechanics and the way combos work, so it doesn't take much to start beating people around your skill level. Their unique mechanic is called Roman Cancels. It lets you literally cancel most actions if you have the resources for it. That allows for some free-flowing combo structure that you can make up as you go. Plus the moves look flashy, so you almost never get bored just doing your bread and butter combos. The characters are diverse and unique. Each one has their own playstyle, so almost anyone will find a character they will main, whether it's for looks or how they play. You want a fast rushdown character that doesn't let your opponent take their turn? Play Milia. You want to zone out people from range and annoy the hell out of them? Play Happy Chaos. Or do you want a slow-moving juggernaut that can delete health bars in a single move? Play Potemkin. The main draw of this game is the beautiful art style and the banger music made by the creator himself. So even if you're against the anime aesthetic in video games, I'm sure this can appeal to you also. One last thing is that this game has a pretty good amount of players playing consistently, and because a new player was just released, that statement is even more true now. That means you can find any and all videos about any questions you have on the game. You really can't go wrong with Guilty Gear. Another easy to pick up, hard to master anime game. This one should be out by the time I'm done writing the script, so go play it. The flow and everything is very much like Guilty Gear, and this game has a lot of accessibility options that makes it so that it's even easier to do motion controls. I can't say much else in terms of player base because the first release of this game almost had no players after a while, which was a big reason why I dropped it. Hello, Editing Iceky here. I've been playing this game for a week and it's amazing. Rollback is good, characters are also good. Maybe not as in-depth as Guilty Gear, but this game is less aggressive and more defensive and reading your opponent, if you get what I mean. Okay, back to the other me. But yeah, if you give this game a go and find that it really clicks, the good thing about the fighting game community is that no matter how dead a game is, there is always almost a community Discord where people play each other and host tournaments sometimes, so you will always find someone to play with. I am now going to proceed to talk about a game I have only played for 30 minutes. And it's not because the game is bad, it's just that this game still has bad netcode, and being in the middle of fucking nowhere, it is quite hard to find a good match. But they are releasing rollback, which is why I'm putting it in this video. So hopefully, by the time this video comes out, rollback will have been implemented and we can all have a good time. I'm not the best when it comes to explaining the difference in rollback and delay-based netcode, so it's best to go and watch this video by Core Gaming. They explain it better than I ever can. Anyway, the game. Dragon Ball FighterZ, or DBFZ for short, is the first team-based fighting game on this list. What that means is that the players choose a team of 3 instead of 1-to-1 battles. You play one character at a time and are able to switch out characters mid-match or use their assist to either cover your main character during vulnerable move or extend combos. The game is won once all characters are dead. These types of games are notorious for having the most chaos, understandably so because how many characters can be on screen at once. Also, these games have the longest and craziest looking combos. The good thing about the combo system in this game is that it has auto combos. What are those, you ask? Well, basically all you have to do is press one button for a regular combo. Mash any of your punching buttons and you have yourself a combo. It might look too simple, but most of the time these combos are far from optimal. It's just a way for beginners to start doing cool shit. And once you get more familiar, then you can move on and try to do a basic bread and butter. So if you're a big fan of the Dragon Ball series or want a team-based fighter that has a fairly large player base, DBFZ is for you. Fuck it, even if you don't want to play this game at all, the game is so fun to watch. Look at this.
They're gonna be so mad when they watch the replay back. Oh my god.
Not again! Not again! No! No! You can't do this! No! No way! Both of you! Stop!
It's not over. It's not over.
Oh!
Get them both.
So, those are the games I would recommend. And even the most basic of gamers will question something about this list. Where is Tekken and Street Fighter? Well, it's not like I'm stopping anyone from trying to learn and get better at those games. Whatever makes you happy. It's just that, in my personal opinion, those games are too fucking hard. Take it from someone who tried to climb in Tekken 7. You have to learn so much frame data. Frame data is so important. Combos are easy enough, arguably easier than some of the games recommended. But you can't really do that when your opponent just knows more frame data than you and doesn't let you off the ground.
Wait. Iceky, what the flying fuck is frame data?
Listen, I've tried multiple times to explain it to people before, and failed, so go watch this one. But basically, it's when a move starts, how long it lasts, and how long it recovers based on either whiff, block, or hit. Hope that answers your question. So if you think that is confusing, try learning that for 100 plus moves for each of the massive amount of characters these games have. For Tekken, there are also more techniques you have to master to even start playing competently. Korean backdash, wave dashing, crouch cancelling, and maybe even more that I don't know. There's probably a tutorial on how to do all these things. No, there isn't. There fucking isn't. It's a good fucking luck looking up guides to things you don't know the name of. Point is, there's a lot more research you need to do to start playing with other people, and for a beginner it can be kinda overwhelming. And for Street Fighter, I would like to say that there is less to learn compared to Tekken, but the game is heavily reliant on frame perfect punish, frame perfect combos, and getting good at spacing. Now, if you just want to brute force yourself with fighting game fundamentals, go ahead and play Street Fighter, but trust me, this is probably what you're gonna look like at the beginning. Compared to if you just do this in Guilty Gear. No, I'm not biased at all. So, there you have it. Honestly, the fighting game community is a gem, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. I can even make a video about the community alone, but maybe for another day. So try out some of these games that I recommended. They're all pretty fun, even the games that I won't really recommend for beginners. But again, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I've been Aisuke, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm proud of you.